Hello everyone. So I'm gonna be actually reviewing some of the new kits that were announced earlier today. Um, that being Liz, Melissa, and the Tart Final Edition or Final Tart. I'm kind of recording this kind of all in one take, so I apologize if anything is like bad quality or anything. Also, I'm on a mic. My mic is kind of butt. Um, but First, we're gonna start with Liz here because Liz was announced first. Dark Buffer. Um, her base stats look pretty good. Her speed is really good. 121 is great. We'll start with special attack. We'll just work our way down. Um, 400 dark damage, 400% dark damage to a single enemy, so she's single target. Um, it increases special attack damage by 30%, and increases weakness damage, basically. And also increases magic by 3. Um, Pretty good, I'd say. Also keep in mind this is A5 stats. Um, also the MP is 100, which is a bit interesting. Usually, buffers only take like 80 or so, I think. So her having a little bit more is interesting. Her battle skill deals 225% dark damage to a single enemy. It increases damage dealt by 15%, 2 turns, and speed by 10%, 2 turns. Um, Increases um, on magic and turn order plus 10 20%. That's translation. I think that's action advance. I think that's action advance. I think it's own action advance. They would not put 20% action advance for a battle skill, except if you're like Moomer or something. Um, Her basic attack's nothing special. It does increase her action order and her magic by 1 though, which is pretty good. Um, Her ability, um, she has 5 magic and she starts battle 50% speed, I believe. And when magic reaches 5, she increases the attack power of all allies by 30%. Um, so that's cool. So she has like an assist. Um, Oh, and that's neat. So dark and light damage. So whenever someone deals light or dark damage, uh, she gets 2 MP. So that's nice. Um, so she obviously wants to be ran with like dark and light units. She'd probably be good. Alongside like Ui or something, or who is like another buffer. Devil Mura probably. Question mark. Something like that. The new Tart unit as well, Final Tart as well. We'll get to her near the end of the video, but for now, we're gonna check her support ability, um, which is I guess blast quickness. I'm guessing from the translation. Increases speed by 10. That's pretty good. Set bonuses are always good. Whenever you use special attack, damage dealt by all allies special attack. Okay, so basically, special attack increased by 15% when she uses her special attack. And when she takes damage equal to 20% more of maximum HP, advance action order by 5%. Oh, no, yeah, I guess own turn order. Okay, cool. Support ability is pretty decent. Um, at least from what I see. Um, Anything that increases speed is obviously going to be good. Now, is this soon or no levels of support abilities? No, definitely not. But it's decent. I'll give her that. Her EX is we'll never let the light go out. and it just increases MP recovery rate by 10%, and on battle skill increases damage dealt by all allies by 20%. So that's cool. Her EX is pretty good. I like her EX. I'm not sure if it's gonna be worth it. I'd say so. I mean, yeah. Okay, let's check her ascensions, which is going to be the last of this right now. We'll check extensions. A1, A3, and A5 are completely normal, so we're just going to go over. Oh, actually, A4 is normal as well. Okay, we'll just go over A2. 30 MP at start, and on battle skill, speed increases by 3%, up to 5 times. Pretty decent. I mean, it helps her. It helps her get her ult quicker, I guess. It increases her speed, so it's pretty okay. So thoughts for Liz overall. I'd say she's a really good unit. Does she beat out Ui? No, not in my opinion. I think Ui's still better, but she's still really good. I think her main issue is that she doesn't increase speed that much. She increases it a little bit, with her battle skill, but it's only by 10%. So that's like her main issue. She only increases speed by a little bit and not as much as like Ui, for example. But generally, she has great buffs. She has a lot of buffs, a lot of damage buffs that would help the team deal massive amounts of damage. I have high hopes for her. She seems like a really good unit, and we're gonna move on. Okay. So now that we're done with Liz, we're gonna go on to Melissa. So Melissa is a water debuffer, which is cool. The only water debuffer we have, I believe, is Swimsuit Sayaka, and she's limited, so it's nice to have an unlimited water debuffer. Her stats are pretty good. I think her speed is 114. I'm not really an expert on debuffer speeds that much. I think that's a little bit low. Correct me if I'm wrong if that's low or not. It might just be on par. But anyway, we're gonna start with special attack. Deals 300% water damage to a single enemy and reduces defense by 20%, increases damage taken from follow-up attacks by 30%, and removes one buff effect. And when her special buff is active, Fury of Impulse, the damage increases to 330%, and it can remove one more buff effect. And it also removes her own special buff. I think this is a good ult, and it's 90 MP, so it's relatively cheap. So far, pretty good. I will say, 300% water damage is really low for a single target. That's what I will say. So clearly, this is a unit not meant for DPS. This unit is designed for damage support and just putting debuffs on the team. So I think that's her main purpose here. I don't think she's going to be DPS already from the looks of it. She does not seem like a DPS unit. I feel like she'd help other DPS units a lot, and we'll get into what units would benefit from her the most in a second. But first, we're going to her battle skill. Deals 225% water damage or aqua damage, I guess, to a single enemy. Increases target damage taken by 20%, and further increases their damage taken from aqua attacks by 15%. And also grants her special buff, which is Fury Impulse. So that's cool. Um, oh, and it buffs magic by 3 or increases magic by 3. Okay, cool. Um, and her okay that buff increase when you or an ally deal water damage to an enemy increases MP by 3. Um, only normal attacks or combat skill special moves are effective. So you're not able to get a bunch of MP from follow-up attacks. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. She's built on follow-up attack, but I feel like that would balance it out a little bit. If we just had Ren, for example, with her, then she would be getting special every turn, and that seems a little bit ridiculous. A little bit. Her basic attack is just normal. It increases magic by 1 though. Her ability, which is Crash Chase. At the start of battle, magic is 5 out of 10. Okay. And when it reaches 10, it triggers a follow-up attack. And oh, okay. And when an ally attacks, deals damage with a combat skill or battle skill, um, magic increases by 2. So she's going to be getting these follow-up attacks pretty consistently. And 135% water damage to a single enemy, and reduces target defense by 5%, stacks 3 times, and consumes all magic. Cool. So, it's a neat little follow-up attack. It's awesome. Her support ability increases her speed and debuff hit. Increases speed and debuff hit rate. Ooh, debuff effectiveness by 10%. Wow. Okay, I think that's new. I'm guessing this is a debuff equivalent to buff effect, like Suruno gives, but this is for debuffers with their debuff effects. That's going to be interesting to see. I'm not sure if 10% is going to be enough to make it good, but we'll see. That's really interesting. And finally, we'll look at her EX crystals and decisions. Her EX increases damage dealt from your follow-up attacks by 40%. And when you follow up attack, it reduces the target's resistance to all elements by 25%. Or 2.5%, sorry. And it stacks 4 times. That's interesting. Follow up attack damage by 40% is a huge buff. I'm not sure if she'll benefit from this that much, because again, I'm not sure if she's meant for damage. I don't think she's meant for damage. So I'm not sure if this is going to be the best on her, but I will say it does a lot. Okay, her ascensions look normal. Let's look at her A2. Gives her 20% speed at start of battle, and when you use follow-up attack, it increases speed by 20%. And when a battle skill is activated under the effect of rage, I'm guessing that's Fury Impulse or something. Her special buff increases MP by 10. That's pretty good. Obviously, more MP, always want that, and more speed, always want that. She's gonna be her A2 is pretty good. Overall, I think this unit is great. I think she's better than Liz. Oh, sorry, I dropped something. I think she's better than Liz, in fact. Of course, they're gonna have their own uses, but generally, I think this is gonna be great, especially for units like follow-up attack units. Obviously, gonna be great. She's gonna work wonderfully for Uem. I'm sure. Maybe. She might work good for Ui. As for DPS, Sakurako, Eternal Sakura, perfect fit. I mean, she's buffing Aqua attacks, she's buffing counterattack damage, or not counterattack damage, follow-up attack damage. Sakurako is both of those things. She's a follow-up attacker. That's Aqua. She's gonna benefit a lot from her. A little bit crazy how we were getting all these units to help water a little bit and help crit teams. Like we got Mayoi from the collab event, who is a defender that helps with crits, and now we got a debuffer that helps with follow-up attacks and Aqua damage. So I'm looking forward to using her. She seems like a really good unit. So let's move on to the main event. Okay, on to the final event. Final Tart. We already know she's gonna be good. She's a limited AoE attacker. This is our third one this year. Third one, and it's only April. It's only April. And it's the third AoE limited unit. We got Devil Homura and Sumire, and now we have Final Tart. But who is the best out of all of them? Let's see. 320% light damage to all enemies. And I face Umbra of Lumiere, I'm guessing. It increases damage dealt by your own Umbra of Lumiere by 30% for 2 turns. The effect increases with each charge up to a maximum of 60%. Increases charge by 15%. When the charge is 100%, deals 100% light damage to all enemies and reduces their charge by 50%. I'm already very confused. This is crazy. I don't know. This unit already seems really complicated, and I'm definitely not. Well, definitely not. It's just I'm not really sure if I'm cut out for the job to review these kits. That's why I'm just analyzing them. For a moment, let's step back a little bit and look at her stats. Her HP is oddly high for an attacker. Her offense is good. Her attack is good. Her defense is good. Her speed is above average. This is looking crazy already. Her speed being 98 is above average, I'd say, because most attackers are around the 90 range. And there's only a few that are above 98. Like there's Bohomura, there's who else? Shinobu. I can't really think of many. So she's pretty fast for an attacker at least. Let's look at her battle skill. 180% light damage to all enemies, and grants self perfect irregular by 2 turns, increasing damage dealt by 30% and charge by 10%. And said special buff, I guess, increases crit rate by 10%, defense by 30%, and MP recovery by 5%, and an extra 5% for every 20% increase in charge. So the maximum is 30% MP recovery rate. That's a great buff. 30% defense as well. She's not going to be at risk of dying that much, especially for high HP stat. Her basic attack's nothing to marvel about. It does increase own charge by 5% though. Her ability. This is a lengthy one. Let's talk about her ability. So her charge starts at 0%, maximum 100%. When an ally other than self deals damage to an enemy, your charge increases by 2% and MP increases by 5%. Furthermore, if that attack is a critical hit, charge increases by 3%. And this is only effective if it is basic attacks battle skills, and special attack. Um, so she gets passive charge gain from from allies attacking, and she's obviously wanting to be able to crit as well, because when allies critical hit, she gets more charge. 5 MP every time someone hits is great, and it explains how expensive. It explains why her ultimate, her battle skill, not battle skill, special attack is so expensive. Um, Not only is it good, but also you can get MP pretty fast just from having um your allies get critical hits. And also, well, not critical hits, just attacking in general, and critical hits help her get her charge faster, so her ult's stronger. Um, let's see. Okay. When your charge is 10% or more, increases speed by 6%, and increases with each charge up to 24%. Okay. Critical hit rate by 7%, increases with each charge up to 28%. And critical damage by 15%, increases with each charge up to 60%. 60% critical hit damage! This is a self buff! 60% critical hit damage. This is insane. This is a self buff, mind you, so this doesn't include any buffers buffing her critical, like her critical damage or her critical hit rate or anything, or her attack or anything. This is a passive. This is literally a passive buff that grants 60% critical hit damage. That is crazy. And let's see. She also has a little follow-up attack thing. When an enemy is broken, or when you activate a combat skill or a battle skill with your charge at 50% or more, activate Ombre and Rumir. Deals 80% light damage to all enemies and increases MP by 5. So this is basically Devil Mura, with her Sundering or whatever. But it activates even quicker and easier, because it's not only just activated. It's not only activated by special and on break, it's activated as a passive when she's above 50% charge whenever she uses her battle skill. Sure, it isn't that strong. It's 80%, so that's roughly the same damage, a little bit less damage than a basic attack, but AoE. Even so, the consistency of it and the fact you can activate it so easily is crazy to me. And we're gonna look at the rest of the kit before making any decisions or like any of my assumptions. Let's just get into her EX. I will save everyone. And when Ombre Lumiere is activated, attack increases by 5% up to 4 times, and damage dealt to weakness is 10%. This seems pretty decent. I mean, it's decent passive attack buff, so you're getting 20% attack and 10% weakness, I guess, over time. So that I'd say this is a decent EX crystal. I mean, you're probably going to use it. Let's check her ascensions. Her ascensions look nothing special. We'll look at her too, though. She gets 20% charge at the start of battle, and increases the damage dealt by Ombre at Limri. I guess I still don't know how to say this. Feel free to annoy me in the comments about it. How I'm pronouncing it. I don't know French. Increases by 30%. Pretty good. When the charge is less than 50%, when ally other than yourself deals damage to an enemy, and charge increases by 2%. Furthermore, if the attack is a critical hit, your charge increases by another 2%. So this is essentially her ability, just copy pasted again. Just part of her ability, copy paste it again, which means she's essentially getting almost double the amount of charge from people hitting the enemy. This is great. She's gonna be getting charged the 50% in like every single time 5 of your allies attack. Basically, she's just gonna have 50% charge all the way back. So she's gonna basically have an infinite pool charge at A2. Even at A1, her charge is charged quickly. So what are my final thoughts on Tart? Final Tart. She's great. She's busted even. Is she better than Devil Mura? I can't really tell you that. Is she better at than Devil Mura at A0? I think she is. At A0, Final Tart is better than Devil Mura for me. Um, Everything about this kit is great. I can't find many flaws of her. She doesn't have a speed enhancing buff, I guess. Like some attackers I think have self speed buffs, but you can just use other buffers for that. You can use different buffers for that. Um she's tanky. She has great HP for an attacker and she buffs her own defense. She has passives that grant 60% damage on crit. And she has a follow-up, quote-unquote follow-up attack, like Sundering, that just activates more often than Sundering. Her special attack is great. Her AoE is great. Is she better than Oriko? I'd say yes. Yes, definitely she's better than Oriko. Now, I'm not sure if Oriko A5 is worse than an A0 Final Tart. Either way, I think people should pull for her. Personally, I'm not sure if I'll pull for her. I have other plans. Like, other plans I want to do with my gems. I might save up. I might spend them all to try to spark. It really depends. But, I don't know. This is a insane unit. The more I rate it, the more it seems crazy to me how good she is. Generally just an amazing unit. And let's hit the conclusion. In conclusion, these 3 units are great. They're great units. If I had to make I had to make a ranking of these 3 units. Final Tart is the best. Melissa is the second best, and Liz is the worst. But it doesn't mean Liz is bad. This is like comparing gold to diamonds, or comparing diamonds to bigger diamonds. These are all great units, especially Final Tart. If you wanted to ask me, who should I pull for? Who should I save my gems for? Spin it on Final Tart. The other 2 units are standard. You're going to get them eventually when they come out, which, if they come out, believe they're going to come out June? Question mark. You can correct me on that. June or July, they're coming on standard. Final Tart is a limited. You want to spend gems on a limited, that's really good. She's essentially the light version of Devil Mura that may or may not be better than her at A0. I don't know. This is still really early. I want to clarify some things. First of all, I'm not the best analyzer. I'm not the best. I'm not the person that knows the most about game mechanics. These game mechanics. I'm knowledgeable about this game's game mechanics, but I'm not the best at it. So don't take everything I say and say, "Oh my gosh, this is the right opinion," or feel free if you know a bit more about the game mechanics. Feel free to correct me in the comments. Feel free to DM me, or I guess ping me on the Discord the Discord. The Exedra Discord. Feel free to do any of that. I'm basically almost always free.